Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel called zuzanareacts, where I learn all things parallel with your help, and I just share my Slovak Central European point of view. And in today's video, we are going to look into a point of view of Indians on American diplomacy, if it's failing or not. It's actually by one of your favorite YouTubers, I'd say. But before we jump into this video,
please like this video and click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you so much for your support.
I am probably as curious as you are, so let's hit it.
Though Hezbollah, it operates out of Lebanon, but it has some sort of a say in Palestine. We are happy to lead America. If any American in his wildest dreams thinks that India is looking for leadership and looking for America to lead, sorry. Israel did it because these people, 4 or 5 of them, bunched up together, attacked Israel to snatch Israel's territories. Israel won the war and Israel snatched. Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Mohammed bin Salman, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, had a meeting with Antony Blinken, Secretary of State of the US. And they discussed a few things. Nothing new there, but there is an analysis which I would like to share, and this is my analysis. What's happening is that, as usual, the old stance of Saudi Arabia that we will not recognize the state of Israel till the time the Palestinian issue is solved. So everybody is talking about the two-state solution. Everybody is saying that, especially Saudi Arabia, they're saying that before 1967, we want those boundaries. Pre-1967 boundaries we want. That will be acceptable, and then there will be 2 states. There'll be the state of Palestine and the state of Israel, and hopefully they will coexist peacefully. Now, there are 2-3 problems here. The first thing is that Hamas, you like it or not, Hamas is one of the stakeholders in Palestine and major stakeholders. The other stakeholder is Hezbollah, though Hezbollah is, it's stationed in Lebanon. It operates out of Lebanon, but it has some sort of a say in Palestine. So all these organizations, these terror organizations and countries there, Muslim countries especially, surrounding Israel, apart from Egypt, none of them actually want the 2-state solution. This is something, you're trying to push the 2-state solution. I'm not talking about Saudi Arabia here, by the way. Saudi Arabia does want the 2-state solution, but the immediate environment of Palestine, they're not interested in a 2-state solution. They're interested in a 1-state solution, and that is the Palestinian state. You ask the Muslim street. You ask the Muslim street in Pakistan, forget about the Middle East, forget about West Asia as we like to call it. Ask the Muslim street in Pakistan. You utter the name Yahudi, and the first thing that comes to mind is attack. And it has nothing to do with Palestine. So I don't think the Americans are figuring into it the root cause. The root cause is not Israel, quote unquote, taking over Palestinian territory. The root cause is sanctioned religious hatred. I've said this before, I will say it again. The root cause is hatred through the various hadiths, through what is written in Sahih al-Bukhari. And you can see it. This is a direct quote on your screen from Sahih al-Bukhari, in which he says that on the day of judgment, the Jew will hide behind a rock, he will hide behind a tree, and the rock and the tree will give witness to the Muslims, saying that, O Mu'min, or O Muslim, O believer, behind me hides a Jew, kill him. This is what many Maulvis and many Maulanas teach in masjids when they quote the Sahih al-Bukhari. And Sahih al-Bukhari is often found in the book collections in many homes throughout the world, especially so in the Middle East, where there is a focused hatred. It's not about Israel. It's not about Palestine. It's about the Jews. It is about a lot of radicals not wanting to give the Jews the right to live, and playing the victim card, obviously, which is Palestine's favorite sport. Now, let me come to this more sort of practical issues. Now, what is happening here? What is happening, ladies and gentlemen, is that nobody is talking about whether Israel would be safe. Let's say Israel moves back to the 1967 boundaries. There was a war in 1967. Why did Israel, so to say, take over these territories from these poor, innocent Palestinians? Why did Israel do that? Israel did it. Obviously, it did it, and nobody can deny the fact that Israel has taken over territories. But why did Israel do it? Israel did it because these people together, 4 or 5 of them, bunched up together, attacked Israel to snatch Israel's territories. Israel won the war and Israel snatched their territories. I know why are these people crying? I don't understand. You attacked Israel. Israel didn't attack you. You're crying because you lost. And today you're playing the victim card because obviously military victory is out of your reach. So, which country is actually telling Israel that we guarantee, let's say Israel moves back? Israel did that in 2005, by the way. Israel put in about $3 billion US and moved back everyone from Gaza. Everybody. And that $3 billion were used by the state to resettle Israelis who were there already, whose houses were there, schools were there. They spent $3 billion. They said, move back everyone. This is your land. And the Hamas was not happy. The Palestinians were not happy. The Palestinians will only be happy tomorrow. Tomorrow, let me tell you this in all honesty. Tomorrow, if all the Jews of Israel were to say that, okay, we are going to recite the Shahada and all of us are becoming Muslims, suddenly there will be no problem. Suddenly there is going to be no Israel-Palestine problem. This is a religious issue. It is not a political issue. It is a religious issue.
Okay.
Like jihad in Kashmir, Pakistani-sponsored jihad and terrorism in Kashmir, it was never a political issue. It was always a religious issue. Today, is anybody guaranteeing the state of Israel's safety in future? Is anybody saying that, okay, post this war, let's say once the war finishes, this is our plan and Hamas will not attack you? Is anybody saying that? No. Nobody's talking about that. Why? And America comes across as a big disappointment because this is exactly what Nikki Haley has been saying all along. And yesterday she made it absolutely plain. She said India, she quoted India's example and she said that India, would love to be in the American corner. And she's quoting a few Indians that she had spoken to. I don't know who she spoke to, but this is what Nikki Haley said, that I've spoken to the Indians. So when you say I've spoken to the Indians, it means that you've spoken to the government of India. Right? But I don't think the government of India will ever speak to Nikki Haley in these terms. They are not going to discuss this with anybody else. It's not going to happen. I think she's adding a lot of garnishing in this entire statement that she attributes to the Indians. And there she says that, the Indians say that we do not trust the American leadership. We do not trust the Americans to lead. And therefore, we are with the Russians. So there are two problems here in Nikki Haley's statement. First of all, we were never led by anybody. We lead ourselves. We are certainly not looking at America for leadership or towards any other country. We are good enough. In fact, if America wants to be led by us, they're welcome. We are happy to lead America. If any American in his wildest dreams thinks that India is looking for leadership and looking for America to lead, sorry.
I love this guy. This is hilarious. So bang on the money. Go, go, go.
No, we are not. Apart from weapon systems and apart from the people of America, the culture of America, there is nothing good about the American government, let me tell you this. The people are great. The country is beautiful. And they still have those old values on which America was made. It's a free country. There is no doubt about that. But American politicians, you cannot trust them. That part, Nikki Haley is right. We don't trust the Americans, not just to lead, to do anything at all. The Americans can't do anything. Second thing which I wanted to discuss with you is, when Nikki Haley says that we are on the Russian side because we don't trust the Americans to lead. We were never on the Russian side. We bought a lot of weapons and we had a close relationship with Russia. But India will never accept the leadership of any other country, be it Russia, be it America, be it China is obviously out of the question, even America is out of the question. So that is one piece. And the second thing is that, why is America weak? Why do the Indians think? And America has just proved it yesterday. It was Iran that was responsible for funding Hamas, which killed so many Israelis, 1,400 Israelis, within a span of a few hours or a day. They killed those many Israelis, right? Funded by Iran. Hezbollah funded by Iran. Houthis funded by Iran. And a dozen other radical Islamist outfits all along the Middle East, West Asia, funded by Iran, funded by oil money, funded by drug money, right? All this Iran does. Now, what America should have been doing was to sanction Iran further, to choke Iran's funds and take kinetic action against Iran. But America did not do that. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what America did? America blocked Khamenei's Instagram handle and Facebook page. This is superpower America, the world's greatest economic and military superpower. In response to the Iranian shenanigans, in response to Iran funding terrorism, in response to Iran funding attacks and celebrating attacks on the state of Israel, what does America do? And America is Israel's closest ally. They're like brothers. If you attack Israel, it's like attacking America, blah, 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 blah. And what does America do?
Nothing.
This is the best thing that America has done so far. I mean, this is the sharpest arrow in America's quiver. They have actually blocked the Instagram handle and the Facebook page of Ayatollah Khamenei. So this is what it is, and I think the fear in America, more than anything, today America is calling for peace. And why is it calling for peace? There is a thinking that because the American companies and Western companies are being, they're being boycotted by Muslim population. I don't think that is a cause for worry, because a few Muslims are doing it, everybody's not doing it. And this will pass. So this nonsense will pass, right? All you have to do, all America has to do is, all these European countries, just stop giving visas. If Pakistanis are doing something funny, stop giving visas to Pakistanis. If Turkey is doing anything, see, nobody wants to go to Pakistan, but Pakistanis will give their left arm, left leg, right arm, and right leg to enter into the United States or UK. The best thing you can do is this whole thing about boycotting American companies and all, no? Just say that from tomorrow morning, no Pakistani will be given a visa to enter the United States of America under any pretext. Just all these protests will stop immediately.
Interesting.
Do the same for Turkey. Do the same for every country who's boycotting you. You boycott them because they don't have any products of their own. Let's say Pakistanis are trying to boycott Israeli products. Israel can't boycott Pakistani products because there are no Pakistani products. There are no Pakistani products. Do this, ban them, stop their visas. They will immediately tell the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, to stop payments to Pakistan. I promise you, and as the Americans say, I kid you not, one call from IMF and every Pakistani, 250 million of them, will be singing the Israeli national anthem.
Okay, so I believe this is it to that video. It's what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it failing? Is it not? I personally, from my observations, and again, I'm not too much into politics. I have life outside, and I don't have time to spend hours and hours on end figuring out what's actually happening. But that's just me. Interestingly enough, because I mentioned to you, so that's the reason why I've came down with the number of videos per day, because I'm studying and it's a bit hectic. And as a part of my studies, I've been reading this book called The Culture Map, which is, I highly recommend all of you to read that. It's about how different cultures work in, especially in business. But it definitely has been enlightening. It talks a lot about also India. You will learn, I think, when you want to understand where the West is coming from, that's definitely a really good book to read, because you understand different mentality. But it talks about India a lot. It talks about also Japan, France, America, and what the mindset is and how they perceive certain things. Again, highly recommended. So feel free to check it out. And I think when it comes to America, and I think this book actually really made me realize it, that because they are in that superpower status, I feel like, I'm not too sure, obviously, people, but the government, they feel so superior about everyone else as the world superpower, that they think it's just the world revolves around them. And I feel from reading that book and my other observation, they will not even spend or try to really understand what is happening. And I think it's just also from different kind of sources that I've read or observed, that because they think they are so good, that they don't appreciate or fully try to understand how cultures work and how they operate. And this is why perhaps they're so unsuccessful when they're going to their wars and stuff like that, because they have that superiority mindset and a lack of understanding, which is going to be their downfall. And I feel like the downfall of the US has already begun. Not too sure what will happen with the next election, but certainly it's a power on decline. And I think we as people, I think what we really like, our task is to try and understand different cultures and how they work and how they operate, in order to avoid any cultural misunderstandings and find a collaboration that is mutually beneficial for us as neighbors and for us as citizens of the world. So for me, yeah, they're just so arrogant in their politics. They feel like they can do no harm, and it's just short-sighted, very short-sighted. So I'm just curious what you guys think about this topic in the comments below. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you did enjoy it, please give a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, please do take care. I'm sending much love. Bye-bye.